Hello friends and everyone, and welcome with another shitty build that I will share with you. This one is completely crazy. Map farming, boss farming, almost nothing will stop you. I've created a monster. First thing first, the recap will come on screen now. Today we are going to see a broken item. Literally, GCube makes something completely out of mind. You should do a build around this item before it gets nerfed next league. After you try it, don't forget about whining to GCube about nerfing chaos damage. Just before, don't forget to help me by flattering YouTube algorithm. Hexblast is a spell that works with 1x. Since rework from 3.12, every curses or almost gain doom over time. Only and solely if you cast it yourself. If you have it associated with blasphemy, equal no doom. Curse on it from item equal no doom. Or X-touch, the new curse on it, no doom. This doom thing doesn't apply damage by itself. You need to detonate it with Hexblast. Roughly, the more you wait after applying the curse, the better the damage output will be. Just keep in mind that Doom have a cap. But this waiting time is shit for clear speed and boss killing. I mean, waiting 1-2 seconds after you cast your curse before doing damage? PoE is a fast-paced RPG, not a turn-based. As usual, you have the PoB link in the description below, and now I'm going deeper into the build explanation. The main skill is available at Act 3, don't use it yet. As usual, just put the gems on your never used secondary weapon. It will gain level and be ready to be used when you get a bit of appropriate gear. Switch as your main damage when you reach map, roughly, and having blackflame. This broken item, because there is no other word for that, is a condensated of what GCube doesn't care about balance with chaos damage and shit on what they have built over the years of running this game on damage conversion.
Oh god, here it comes! Oh, hot, 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 hot! Hot, 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 hot! Hot, hot, hot!
Let me explain. First, with one item, you turn your fire damage to 100% to chaos damage. There is no other unique item, or rare, or whatever, that turned a 100% kind of damage to another one. Then it gives an increase in damage and chance to ignite. This part is okay, nothing too crazy, and this is all we used to have unique item with damage conversion. After you have the resistance, same as before, it's normal. Now, you have the downside of the unique, 50% reduced ignite duration, not a big deal to kind of overpass it. With a basic duration of 4 seconds on ignite, you won't need to apply it every time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present you the broken part. GCube, what the fuck is this? Wither applied never expire till they are ignited? And you give it to a fire damage base? I mean, yeah, normal, the condition is fire damage. But that's too much for one item. And Chaos Poison base build doesn't have something similar, or I mean just another way to apply Wither. Wither is used for bosses. For 99% of the time, if your build needs 15 stack of Wither for normal and rare monster to do decent amount of damage, that means that your build needs a rework. With this part, you get rid of a mandatory 4 link gems, so it means more utility. You get rid of the pain to have your totem always active and casting on the boss. And you get rid of the struggle to do damage and avoid boss damage. With my build that I'm showing you, I have 3.2 seconds of ignite duration. So that means that after I hit the boss, I have more or less 3 seconds of free time to manually evade attack. Okay, enough for this item. This build revolves around Hexblast plus Ignite. To adjust your DPS, you have burning damage, fire damage, chaos damage, and damage over time. So more or less, this is something close to what I'm used to do, with same auras buff for you and debuff for monster. That I use is my secondary curse, the one we can doom. I choose vulnerability. I prefer this one over temporal chain because it makes ailment damage faster. This means more DPS but less damage per cast. I think it's better to have quicker boss fight than overall damage output for this build. With all that information, let's jump to the passive tree. When you are all done, you just walk and cast. When monsters are cursed thanks to blasphemy support, you have Ignite DPS for 100k, so that makes them melt like ice in Texas. Elementalist is a good way to manage this build. Lot of golem minions to give you a buff and taunt enemy, auto resummon when they are killed, immune to elemental ailment, and finally 100% chance to ignite and shock. This is not the only ascendancy available for this build. Occultist is a great way too. You will end with more damage output, get rid of the X-proof effect with just less survivability because you will have only one golem. Let's continue to my favorite part about the mistake that I've made.
Why are you taking so long to cook my freaking oatmeal?
Only one this time, and that explains some part of my clumsy itemization. Hexblast is a chaos-based damage, so I wanted to apply Ignite and Poison at the same time. I was thinking of getting the plus and minus of each ailment and getting something overall okayish. The result is nope. Getting chance to poison by tree and by item reduce a lot the overall damage. Even if poison can stack, you will never have the same effect than going Ignite alone. Done for this part, let's go to the gem setup. The main skill will be linked with Void Manipulation, add chaos damage, deadly ailments, burning damage, and unbound ailment. Nothing special, everything goes for the fire ailment damage. The last one helps you increase the duration. The second main buff are your golems. I have linked it with Empower to get them stronger and get more stats from them. 4 golems, each different, half offense, half defense. That's all. You will run this character with auras that are Herald of Agony, Malevolence, Flesh and Stone for the blind effect, and Despair Curse to have the area of effect from Hexblast. For your debuff, take Vulnerability Curse as Endcast with Wither on Totem and Val Blight. Finally complete your gem setup with a bunch of utility that you like. Now let's go to the itemization.
That is one big pile of shit.
Obviously the main part is a weapon. I went with a bow as fire damage from spell. That way is cheaper and you end having more damage too, thanks to plus X level on socketed gems, if you compare that to the usual fire damage wand or scepter. Right now, main skill have plus 2 levels and support have plus 3 level. Also, going bow weapon allow me to have quiver with crazy ignite stats. For the defensive things, with Flask active you have an effective health pool of 300k for elemental and chaos damage and 100k for physicals. This is because of Glorious Vanity Tool, max dodge and spell dodge cap at 75% and 45. During itemization, don't forget to increase the cap of chaos resistance. So now this is the time to put your crash test mannequin into the changing room. Apart from the unique black flame that I explained before, the other one is the usual ring Circle of Nostalgia with buff effect from the Herald and chaos damage. Next and last unique is Impresence to get Despair Aura reserved normal. The different bottle to quench your thirst of monster killing are Cinder Swallow Urn and the other flask are defensive utility. Overall, this build is not free. I mean, reaching that kind of easiness in gameplay have to have a price. In fact, not that much. The most expensive is the weapon, only because of the mods that you craft. Overall, I spent around 6 or 7 exalt for this build. But the good part is right now, I have made so much more by doing all content that make the investment irrelevant. The maps affix that you don't want to see during farming are explode monster, chance to evade elemental elements and no mana vision. To be honest, you can still do the maps with this affix. It just make it way slower, so just keep an eye on these bad boys. Let's jump to the league specific stuff now.
Here's the corner. Whoa, my fucking god, that was so fast. I was not ready for that.
Three points will be developed here. League starter, to say the truth, I'm divided here, because you can manage to do damage during early maps without crazy gear for sure, but in the same time you will have a turning point when you get blackflame ring, and since it's a league specific item, I don't know how easy it will be to acquire and if it still remains the same. For the clear speed, well. Nothing to say here, just look at this bridge. Finally, I never did solo self-found, neither hardcore or PoE. This advice has to be compatible with your own experience or streamer that only play this kind of league. There is plenty of well-known people for this. For solo self-found, not recommended, mostly because of the units. For hardcore, quite easy to answer. Lot of defense, great offense. I just got killed because I was lazy to use my flask or because I wanted to see if I can tank the attack. To close this video, a quick word for improvements are going to be developed.
To infinity and beyond!
This is for the most dedicated of you. It's the improvement for your character to be safer or to deal more damage. As usual, there is things that I don't invest in, like the lab enchant for your helmet. Honestly, I'm just too lazy for that. And having 5% more damage output, overall time or currency spent for this 5% increase, well, be lucky or have nothing. Then the following item have some nice stats that you can get for an expensive price or the luckiest exile of you. I'm not gonna develop it, I've highlighted the stat that you can search for. That was the dog on Path of Exile. See you guys, and remember, never stop learning.